Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty here with Clock Tower for the PlayStation. This is the sequel to the Super Famicom Clock Tower. It's the first Clock Tower game we got in the US, and it's known as Clock Tower 2 in Japan. And this takes place a year after the events of the first game. To the flashback. That's kind of weird to me how they make Jennifer look like she has brown hair.
The evil murderer slashed to death.
With a knife?
No, it sounds crazy, but it looks like they were killed with a giant pair of scissors. The giant scissors once again search for prey.
The exact speed Jennifer moved in that game.
Trail of terror stretches across Europe, from Norway to England.
Here it is, the Barrows Mansion. We have to go
Jennifer
there
just standing there.
or we'll never solve the mystery of Scissornet.
You got to be joking. It's way too dangerous.
As long as he's alive, we're not taking anything off.
One after another, the horrifying murders continue. Who'll make it through this game of murder alive? Clock Tower.
Yeah, we need more intros like this. Fear is fascinating. This is my favorite game in the series. I also love this music. Let's see if I can get the controls working. I think I triggered the opening cinematic. Hey, I finally got that working. Turn this to D-pad. Let's look at the Clock Tower story. In the mountains of Romsdal in Norway stands the Barrows family mansion. This mansion had a large clock tower, by which the locals tended their flocks in the surrounding fields. The local people called the mansion the Clock Tower. In 1986, the mistress of the Barrows family gave birth to twins. On the day they were born, however, it was obvious the twins were not normal and were evil. The twins were given the names Bobby and Dan, and were later to become the murderous Scissormen. In 1995, a young girl from the Granite Orphanage, whose parents died when she was quite small, was lured into the Barrows mansion. She was attacked by a monster wielding a giant pair of scissors. That monster was the grown-up Bobby. She managed to escape from the terrible horrors, destroy the monster, and flee the mansion. For the next year, all of Norway was caught up with the sensationalized Scissorman murder. Although Jennifer thought he was dead, Scissorman has reappeared. Spoilers! Prologue. Samuel Barton. Hope this isn't messing up. I don't think it's supposed to be this slow. But I will pause for a moment. I have to try this again. I got it to work briefly by toggling I don't know what it was. Rendering or something. Start playing moving faster. Okay, I think it's working.
Professor Barton. Professor Barton. What on earth are you doing, Professor? You mustn't hypnotize her like this. She's not ready to remember the murders yet.
Helen, the clock tower murders are fascinating research material for me. I must know the truth of what happened.
She can't take any more of this today, Professor. I'm taking her home.
All right. But remember one thing, Helen. You may be her guardian, but you are also my assistant.
Yes, Professor.
So, yep, those are our main characters, Jennifer and Helen. Just controller. There we go. And for the prologue, everyone's favorite part of the game, we're going to be playing as this guy, Barton, who is a professor of criminal psychology. Jennifer seems to have some form of PTSD because of what happened. She was the sole survivor, so yeah. She's doing okay. A filing cabinet. Patients' records are kept here. Barton, what's this? There's a memo stuck between the pages. We have found hint 1. And they don't let you view the hints in the game because they hate you. What a weird our footsteps sound. The clock tower murders. The mass murder of over 10 victims in this case. How intriguing. Laura Ann Lott. Jennifer, one of only 2 survivors. I have to get information out of her for future profiling materials. So he doesn't really care much about Jennifer, but we got the 3 friends who died. I guess you could argue the twins died too. That's 5. Walter, Simon, and Mary would be 8. I don't know. Over 10 victims seems a bit much. Look at our desk. A giant pair of scissors is on the desk. They are a replica of the scissors used by the murderer in the clock tower case. They are like the weapon he used to slash up his victims. He just got real dramatic for a second there. We can look at our cabinet. There's a faint smell of ammonia. I think that's all we can do in here. You have to basically examine and do everything, or else the game will not let you leave any room during this prologue. My laboratory. Lately, I've been doing mostly criminal psychology research. Staff is still here. My cursor. There it is. Can I not zero in on the desk itself? A statue. It is cold. One of the items found at the scene of the clock tower murders, and that's the demon idol. It seems to be hiding some sort of secret. It'd be a good idea to get an expert opinion on this. Look at the desk. Look at the desk. This is Helen's desk, but it won't let me examine it, so now you know. Let's talk to this lady. Again, this is not a blind playthrough, obviously. Professor, Helen left a few minutes ago. She looked really angry. You know, Helen and Jennifer are really beginning to look like sisters, aren't they? I guess that's what happens when you live together. One mustn't let their personal feelings get in the way. Jennifer is nothing more than another research subject. Yes, you're right. I wish I had a cute kid sister. A cute kid brother would be okay too. Oh, computer. Helen's desk. Oh, that's Helen's desk. I guess this is our desk then. The big one in the back. Let's look at this thing. Stuffed animal. Looks like a prize won at a fair. It's a really wonky looking stuffed animal. Let's look at this thing over here. Scissorman's rubber mask. A kind sold in cheap novelty shops and seems to be fairly popular. People certainly buy stupid things. Computers. Harris's desk. Clipped out articles of the clock tower story are scattered about. Seems Harris has gone somewhere. Danny, Professor, a newspaper reporter, is here. Did you have an appointment for an interview? It's about the clock tower murders, isn't it? I guess they want to sensationalize this Scissor Man who really doesn't even exist. Scissor Man. It'd be cool if he were real. Huh? Just a joke? I'm watching you, Danny. You shouldn't keep the reporter waiting too long. I've examined everything I can in here. Let's try to leave. There's Harris. He's so short. Oh, Professor. A newspaper reporter was looking for you on the first floor. Oh, thank you. So Harris is how you determine your playable character. If you just talk to him once, you will play as Helen. If you talk to him twice, you will play as Jennifer. So we're just done talking to him once, so we're going to play as Helen. Because it feels better to save Jennifer for last. Let's head downstairs. Okay, we want to go down to the first floor. Oh, Professor! That's Nolan. I'm the one who called you from the Oswald Weekly News. My name is Nolan Campbell. And this is Tim, my cameraman. It's a pleasure. I'm a bit busy. Please keep it brief. I have to click on these guys. Then I'll get right to the point. Have you been able to figure out who the murderer is? I can't say anything for sure yet, because the victim's testimony lacks credibility. Oh, do you mean the victim that's testifying? That'd be Jennifer Simpson, wouldn't it? Yes, but what about her? Oh, nothing really. It's just that we saw her leaving a few minutes ago. And since we'd run into her, we asked her for an interview, but she refused. Can't imagine why. That pause thing, get up there. I'm gonna move it. I had the pause button down where you couldn't see it, but they put it back. I know what you're going to say. That monster she was talking about, the Scissor Man, and whether he really exists or not. That's it. That's right. That is what our readers want to know. Because the existence of this Scissor Man has become a symbol of terror among youngsters. Yes, and that's because trashy gossip magazines like yours sensationalize the whole thing. Ouch, that hurts. Not much I can say to that, is there? Well, let's start from the conclusion. It's fact that there was a murderer who used a giant pair of scissors as his weapon. But that doesn't make him into an immortal monster. We're just dealing with some odd screwball. But what about what she said? She was scared. She thought she saw something. Oh, I see, but... Okay, that's it. Interview's over. There's something I must be attending to. Ah, well, okay, I understand. Thank you very much. Sorry I couldn't be as much help as you had hoped. Smith tells me he's not really sorry. I have to get back to the lab. I'm expecting another survivor of the Clock Tower murders. He's supposed to be a young boy about 10 years old. So basically, Jennifer is telling them the killer was a murder monster and nobody believes her. I mean, obviously, but... Let's go back. I think we're second floor. Look at these angles. Why is there no roof? Or maybe we have to talk to Harris now twice, but... I don't know. Gosh, I lost my cursor again. There it is. Nah. Harris is inside now. Professor, the boy that survived the Clock Tower murders, is here. Oh, has he arrived already? Yes, he's waiting in the therapy room. Is there something I can do for you? Yeah, we gotta get the statue looked at. Oh, that's right. I still need to get an expert opinion on this statue. I should probably ask Professor Sullivan, the head librarian at the Metropolitan Library. Yes, but there was that old butler at the Barrows mansion named Rick. I'll show it to him first to see if he knows anything. I'm pretty sure he lives in the suburbs. I could ask Harris to show it to him. Ask Harris, yes or no. And this basically determines where the statue ends up later in the game. Which one I want to give it to? I mean, we technically have to do both scenarios anyway to get the different endings. Or maybe we don't. I think as long as we don't find the statue, it still works. But yeah, we'll have Harris take it. No, we'll have it at the library. That's more fitting. So, no. Alright then. I'll have Professor Sullivan at the Metropolitan Library take a look at it. Okay, that's that. I should probably go to the therapy room. Thank you very much for coming. How do you do? I am an instructor at the Granite Orphanage. I am Edward's guardian. Edward? I thought he completely lost all his memory from the shock. Does he remember his name? No, I call him Edward because not having a name to go by makes things difficult. Now, since this is our first day, will you answer some simple questions for me? Okay, Edward? Now, I want you to honestly tell me everything you remember about what happened. Yes. Well then, let's get started. You can see some of these people in the official manual. Edward is such a pretty boy. Like, it's ridiculous. Data save. Oh, we're checking our memory card. I don't know how this is going to work. We don't have a memory card. Oops, we didn't save. Well, we can technically save whenever, but... Now we're helping. You said your hard drive crashed? That's too bad. I know. Oh, that's terrible. Yes, I lost all of this morning's data. I hope I can get it fixed sometime today. Otherwise, I won't get my dissertation done on time. Don't worry, when Danny gets back, I'm sure he'll be able to help you. You're probably right. In the meantime, I'm going to step out for a bit. Would you ask Danny for me, please? Sure, see you later. Now we get to the go around town and talk to people phase. Where should I go? Let's go to the police station. The police station. Now we get to meet yet another new character. Assistant Inspector Gotts, the person in charge of the clock tower case, is here. Well, hey, Teach, you got some new info? No, have you got any leads? Nope, nothing. That old geezer of yours, he ain't coming clean. Do you mean Professor Barton? Yeah, that's him. He said there ain't nothing strange about the case. Yes, that sounds like Professor Barton. What about that little cutie? Jennifer, she's still having nightmares. Occasionally. I ain't surprised. She was almost slashed up too, wasn't she? Well, let me know if you learned something. Okay, bye. Oslo Weekly Newspaper Company. I'll be mobbed by reporters if I go over there. Norway International Hotel. Norway International Hotel. Edward and his guardian are staying here. They're here. Oh, Helen. How is it going? Any results from Professor Barton's therapy? No, but we can't give up hope. Sometimes something will jog one's memory. Yes. Will you be staying here long? Mr. Barton also thought it a good idea. We plan to stay here for a while. Oh, really? Well, hang in there, Edward. Yes, Miss Maxwell. I didn't realize it was late. I've got to get back to the university. Let's go to university staff housing. I really have to get back to the university. Oh, we can't go to other places. Well, I should get home and work on my dissertation. I wanted to go see if we could talk to Jennifer. Oh, Miss Maxwell. I replaced your hard drive. Thanks, that's a big help. I'm going down to the lounge for a short nap. What are you going to do? We will all be going home soon. Oh, okay. Well, no need to lock up. Okay. Scenario 1. Helen Maxwell. Let's see if we can look around. There are some cosmetics on the shelf brought in by the staff. I don't know which is whose. I would not be leaving my stuff around like this. Let's try going for the door. The women's lounge can be locked from the inside. Bunk beds for napping. Is that you, Baker? Oh, it's you, Helen. Baker's still in the lab. This is Rose. Rose, are you seeing Baker again here? Yes, sort of. Well, no matter how late it is, remember, don't use the university as a motel. Let me sleep a little longer until Baker comes. An old air conditioner that doesn't work very well. A comic book brought in by one of the staff. Looks like a takeout box. The surrounding campus is lit up by the streetlights. It's pitch dark outside. I remember an old rumor that if you looked out that window, you could swap places with Scissor Man and you'd play as him for the rest of the game. It was a lie, though. I was very sad. I think it's about time for a nap. Would you turn off the light, please? I can't sleep with it on. Of course. Why was it on to begin with, Rose? There we go. Time for naps. I'll take a quick cat nap and then work on my report. There's not even a blanket or a mattress on this bed. The discomfort will kill us before anything else. Visitor! Where's my icon? Well, now, who is it? Let's get the people. It's Baker. Oh no! Baker is dead! Scissor Man is after us! We're supposed to run! I think she runs automatically. Scissor Man's not very fast. But, I mean, he kind of can't be. Door won't open. Fire hydrant. Or fire extinguisher. We'll get him with this. Take that, punk. Get out of here. We just run for the nearest door. Well, not the nearest door. The nearest door would have been that one, but... they were safe. Let's go back and explore. A fire extinguisher. An emergency exit. That's odd. It doesn't even budge. Let's check out the room we came from. Baker's body is gone. You wouldn't even know that was Baker. He's not even in the manual. Cheap, uncomfortable bunk beds. Famous for being squeaky. Now, we can't comment on Rose not being there anymore. A bed for staff who work late. That's probably all we need to do in this room. Professor Fierro's lab. He's a psychologist. There's no way to get in the lab. Bathroom! These bathrooms with their 2 stalls. Somehow her hands are covered with blood. Huh! Everything seems normal. Something told me Scissor Man was in there. I don't think Scissor Man ever actually turns up in a washroom stall, but it's been a while. computers! A cheap desk. They've got budget problems here, too. I wonder if there is something here that might be useful. Let's look again. Nope. Sometimes you have to check things twice. You gotta be careful of that. If you get the Japanese version of this game, it actually has an English dub, but it's a completely different dub, and stuff like this subtitles will be in Japanese. There is nothing abnormal. Try this one. Oh, windows. There's some tools here. I wonder if it's being repaired. This might be useful. You now have pliers. A plain colored curtain. It is very dirty. Scissorman! I was trying to look at a computer, Scissorman. Punk. Where am I supposed to hide? Elevator. Oh, I hope it... Okay, it wasn't the circle button. Or I didn't press it fast enough. The tragedy. At least the game is pretty good about autosaving. Yeah, Scissorman can randomly appear in this game. Elevator. Go, Helen, go. Oh, he's coming for us. Look at his drama. Oh, looks like we made it. We'll head to the second floor. We're gonna try and save at this point. Let me get out of this elevator. See if we can save. Now checking the memory card. I don't technically have a memory card. I mean, we can always do a save state, but... Okay, good, that worked. But yeah, so let me know what you're thinking of the game so far. Do you like this graphic style better than the old one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.